Hello everyone, welcome to e-learning of IT for 12th standard. This video is for 12th standard science students. Last lecture we have discussed about switch statement in JavaScript and how to use switch statement in a program of JavaScript. Today we are going to discuss about a looping statements in JavaScript. So one of such a loop is a for loop. So today we will learn how to use for loop in a program. What is a looping statement? While creating a programming logic, we need to execute some statements repeatedly. That means some of the statements, some of the operations should perform in certain iteration. That is, that task should perform repeatedly. Iteration refers to the execution of statement or group of statements of the code for a fixed number of times or till the condition is satisfied. So in any kind of loop, there are actually two loops for study, that is for loop and while loop. But in any kind of loop there will be a certain condition. Until that condition is true, that loop will get execute, and that is nothing but a iteration. Every time it gets execute is a one iteration. Until the condition is true, loop continues to execute. Whenever that condition specified becomes false, loop exists. That is, iteration exists over there. The condition should be a Boolean condition. That is, it could be a true or false. It should be always a Boolean value. Some commonly used JavaScript looping statements are for loop and while loop. So two looping statements are to be discussed, for loop and while loop. What is a looping? Looping means executing a certain statement or group of statements repeatedly is nothing but a looping. And to specify how much time that loop should get execute, how many iterations should be there, that is specified with a condition, and every time loop executes is a one iteration. So let us see what is a for loop. For loop executes the statements as long as condition becomes true. Condition specified should be having a Boolean value, that is, it can be either true or false. So until that condition is true, loop executes the statements. Control comes out of the loop when the condition becomes false. So whenever the condition becomes false, loop exists. Benefit of for loop is that it combines the initialization, condition and loop iteration that can be increment or decrement in a single statement. That is, in for loop we can combine all three: initialization, condition and loop iteration within a single statement. See here syntax of for loop. First of all, there will be a initialization, that is to declare any variable and initialize value to it. It can be a is equal to 5, I is equal to 10, that is nothing but a initialization. After that, semicolon. Whenever the initialization part completed, after that we have to specify a semicolon. Then we will specify a condition. Condition can be any, could be any Boolean value, that is, its value could be true or false. So that condition can be I is equal to 5, I greater than 10, I less than 5. In this way we can specify any kind of condition here. After that, after condition also we have to specify a semicolon, and then there will be a iteration. Iteration contains increment or decrement statement, that is either plus plus or minus minus the certain value. Initialize variable could be either increase or decrease by 1, that is increment or decrement. If we specify I plus plus, then it is a increment operator. If we specify I minus minus, then it is a decrementation. Then whenever this condition becomes true, the statements contained in this for loop will get executed. This is the syntax of for loop. Let us see how this loop actually works. So first portion of this for loop is a initialization. Initialization is assigning some initial value to a variable. That is, if we specify I is equal to 5 or a is equal to 1, then that 1 is specified as an initial value to that variable, which executes only once. That is, initialization portion executes only once, because whenever loop gets start to execute, After one iteration, its value will get increment or decrement. That's why initialization will be executed only once. Then the condition is checked whether the condition is true or false. The loop will execute the statements in the block till the condition is true. If the condition specified becomes false, it exits the loop. When condition becomes false, the control is transferred out of the loop and it will execute the remaining program. So loop will continue to execute until the condition is true. Then what is iteration? Iteration means increment or decrement the value of running variable. That is either increase the value or decrease the value. That is increment or decrement the running variable. That is about a for loop. Let us write a program using for loop. So for that, first of all, open a notepad and start writing a code. First statement will be doc type. So doc type is document type is HTML. Doc type is HTML. After that, HTML tag start and end of HTML. Within HTML tag, now let us add a head tag, start and end of head tag. Within head tag, let us add a title tag. So title tag start and end of title tag. Within this, add any meaningful title. Suppose example of for loop. Example of for loop. Then close the head tag and now open a body tag. Body tag start and end of body tag. Within a body tag, now we can add a script. So to add script, tag use is a script tag. Script type is equal to text or JavaScript. Text or JavaScript. After that, close that script tag. And now within this script tag start and end, we will write down a program. Let us write a program using for loop. So for, suppose I is equal to 1, I is less than or equal to 5 and I plus plus. So this is a for statement. See here, I is equal to 1 is nothing but a initialization. We have specified 1 as the initial value to this variable I. After that, condition is I is less than or equal to 1 or less than or equal to 5. That is whenever or until that I's value becomes less than or equal to 5, loop continues to execute. And every time loop continues to execute, after one iteration, I's value will get incremented by 1. That is a I plus plus. So we have to print that value. To print value, statement uses document dot write. Document dot write. Then within this specified a value to print, that is I. So save this program within a programs folder and give a name. Suppose I will give a name to this program as for loop 1.html. Save this program and go to that folder and see here file has been created. Now run this file to see the output. See here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this way loop has been executed. How this actually gets executed? See here, first of all I's value is 1. Then condition is checked, I is less than or equal to 5. I contains value as a 1 now. So 1 is less than or equal to 5. 1 is less than 5. So condition is true. So loop executes. Document.write I. What is value in this variable I now? That is 1. So first of all output is 1. After that loop will increment the variable, that is I plus plus that is nothing but i's value will be incremented by 1. So it will become a 2. So 2 is less than or equal to 5. Again 2 is less than 5. So condition is true. Loop again executes and prints the value as a 2. After that again incrementation will be happen. I's value will become now 3. Again 3 is less than 5. Condition is true. 3 value will get printed here. After that again increment will happen. I's value becomes 4. 4 is less than 5. So condition is true and value 4 will be printed here. After that again increment will happen. Value becomes 5. 5 is less than, no, 5 is not less than 5. But 5 is equal to 5. So this condition is true. Loop executes and prints the value as 5. So see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 value has been printed as a output. Now again i's value will be incremented. I's value becomes now 6. 6 is less than or equal to 5? No, 6 is neither less nor equal to 5. That's why this condition has now false. Loop exists and that's why output is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only. If we want this output be printed on next line, then we can add here code as plus and add here br tag. Use here br tag. Save the program and again run the program. See here output is now on the next line. So we have already learned how to use a br tag. We can use br tag in this way or in this way also. This is the output of program. So here I++ is nothing but a incrementation. Here if we change the value, suppose it becomes a 10, then value will be printed as 1 to 10. In this way we can change the condition and we can get the desired output. If we do not write here equal to, that is I less than 10 is our condition, then up to 9 the condition will true. For value 10, 10 is not less than 10, so loop will exit, so value will print as 1 to 9. So see here output. Save the program and execute it. See here 1 to 9 because for 10 condition becomes false. Now if we want the values in reverse order, suppose from 100 then we can specify condition as I is greater than or equal to suppose 90 and we have to now decrement a value. So I minus minus. So value will be printed as 100, then 99 up to 90. So in this way program will give you output. If we give here value as a 10 to 1, then we can see here output 10 to 1 values will get printed in a reverse order. So in this way we can write down a program using for loop to increment, using increment as well as decrement operators.